Hello Internet! Welcome to this brief instructional video which will cover the basics of the Linux operating system. So if you're not exactly sure what Linux is, how to install and navigate around a Linux system, or you just like animated penguin logos, have I got the video for you. So what is Linux? Well, Linux is an operating system for your computer just like Windows is for PC or Mac OS X for the Apple. The big difference is Linux, it's called an open source operating system, and that's because the files that make up the system are available for free on the internet, and they can even be modified to suit your needs if you want. And so because of this, there are many different versions or distributions of Linux available today. And as you can see on this table here, one of the main advantages to Linux is the price. It's usually free. Sometimes you might pay for some features or something, but typically the various distributions are free. And if you've ever purchased a new PC, and I know I have, when you buy one, you typically have to pay a couple $100 extra to get Windows, just to use your computer. But if you can get the same thing for free with Linux, why not? Okay, save yourself some money. Now, also, some of these distributions are targeted towards different skill level of audience. So for our purposes, we're just going to go to one of the novice distributions. Let's get Ubuntu, and we'll start there. But don't let that scare you off. If you want to go try something else, do it. Okay, first step to installing Linux, go over to www.ubuntu.com and click on the download tab and select the desktop link. So as of the making of this video, Ubuntu 16.4.3 was the latest version of available, so let's get that one. But these systems are updated every 6 months. Ubuntu is anyway, so there could be a new one by the time you go to download it. Here you can see you can make a voluntary donation to people who keep Ubuntu updated, or maybe help them buy their Teslas or keep their WoW accounts going strong. But let's just skip that and go straight to getting the software. It's going to download in an ISO format, and that's just an image of a CD or a DVD. So once this is downloaded, you actually need to make a USB boot stick for your PC, and I'm not going to be showing you how to do that, but right here on this page, which is the tutorials page, there's a great tutorial and it will teach you everything you need to know. So once you have that boot stick, you're going to load up your PC and boot from that stick. And you do that by typically going to hitting F12 or what are these other keys at startup. And then you can just boot straight from the USB. Once you've done that, you get the option with Ubuntu to actually try it first without installing it, or just to do a hard install. And if you want to try it, what that allows you to do is without installing it, you can go and play around with the different programs, see the operating system, and make sure that your various favorite programs or Steam account or whatever it is you're trying to do works on your PC before you switch permanently. So right here, I'm actually using a virtual machine version of Ubuntu, but the concept's going to be the same to what you would see if you installed it. So this display here, it should have a pretty familiar feel for those of you who've navigated a Windows system before. The left side has the launcher. That's just like in Windows, you can pin or unpin programs you like to have access to. In Ubuntu, that's called locking and unlocking from the launcher. Your top left button, that's got the Ubuntu logo, and that is the Search Your Computer button. That's like your start menu for in Windows. And you open by clicking this, you're going to open up a Search the Computer button, contents menu, and from there you can quickly browse your computer's contents, and you can see these tabs down here. You've got computer, apps, files, and folders, videos, music, images, whatever. Okay, you've also got several apps and programs here on the left, below that on your launcher. And here I've got my files. That quickly allows me to browse my computer's contents. Below that's my internet browser, Firefox. Now, as much as I love Firefox, I want to get Google Chrome because I am a Google fanboy. Go me. So let's go open up Firefox and let's go navigate to Google and download the Google Chrome. And here we can select the Debian Ubuntu link, and that's going to download the browser to our system. So once we've downloaded that, we can go to the folder where it downloaded to and just install it. If we right click here, we get software install. That's going to install the web browser on our system. And now I can go to the search button, which I showed you, and Chrome shows up right there. But if it wasn't, I could just type in Chrome, and there it is. So I'll open up the browser just to make sure it works, which it does. And since I'm such a big fanboy of Chrome, I'm going to go ahead and lock it straight to my launcher, like so. Okay, now below Firefox, I've got 3 really useful programs. LibreOffice Writer, LibreOffice Calc, and LibreOffice Impress. For those that don't habla the Libre, these are your Linux programs which are going to help you make documents, spreadsheets, presentations. Think Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. So you can even save these files into Microsoft formats. That way your primitive friend who still uses his Windows system can actually open and view these files that you've created on your high-speed Linux operating system. Okay, now as you can see here in LibreOffice Writer, your basic tools and options, for those of you familiar with Microsoft Word, they're basically all there. They might not have every bell and whistle that might exist in Word, and some of your formats might not always convert perfectly, but for the most part, it works, and it works just fine. Okay, so below the Libre stuff, you're going to see you have Ubuntu Software Launcher. This is going to allow you to navigate through various Ubuntu program options. Some of these programs are installed already, others you can search out and download. So these are things like your image editors, video editors, scanning software, and whatever. So go ahead and explore, have some fun, find what you might like or need. I recommend getting an image editor at least, GIMP or a GIMP, and that's for images, and then get a media player. So VLC is almost like a must for playing videos, and those are freely available. Okay, so below the launcher, you're going to see that you can have this Amazon Happy button. And so as much as I like my free 2-day shipping, my wallet will thank me if I go ahead and unlock this button for my launcher. I'm pretty confident I know how to get to that website on my own, and I don't need a button there to tempt me to spend more money. Okay, so below that, you've got your system settings button. That's going to open up your computer settings, parents, input and output device options, user accounts, and so on. So if you've ever looked at a Windows control panel, this should feel very familiar to you. The final button here, that's your trash button, and just like the Windows system, it's kind of like your recycle bin button. You can manage your deleted files or get rid of them completely. One other program any Linux user should definitely be aware of, it's the terminal program. Think of this as the command prompt in Windows, but a little more useful in my opinion. This is where you navigate, modify, and launch programs contained on your system in a text command format. And all Linux users really should eventually become familiar with the terminal. So I'll show you the easiest way to get there for the first time, and then we can lock it to our launcher and have it there for our needs later. So we're just going to right-click anywhere on the desktop, select the Open Terminal option, and this brings up the terminal. And that's where you could type in your commands and do all sorts of fun and interesting things on your system. But for now, we'll just lock this to our launcher, and that way we've got it for quick access later. Okay, that's been the brief overview of Linux, Ubuntu. I hope it's been informative, and I hope to help you see that Linux isn't something to be feared, and really, the Ubuntu distribution is really straightforward and it's relatively intuitive. So if you're looking for an alternative to Windows or to OS X, maybe you just want to play around with another operating system like I'm doing here in this virtual machine, go get yourself a distribution of Linux and go have some fun. All right, have a good one.